Okay, this subject will be talking about close playing and wide playing. Now, the close playing means you basically put your both hands together very closely. All right, and when you play in close playing, we normally want to play at the top register of your keyboard. All right, somewhere high up, and there is no way that we can do close playing at the bottom of your keyboard because it sounds very muddy. Alright, so we want to do it at the top of the keyboard. Okay, so when you are doing close playing, the one thing to take note is your left hand will be very limited, and that's the whole idea. Alright, so you most likely cannot do your usual 158, because if you're going to do the 158 on the higher octaves of the keyboard, you don't have space for your right hand to play the melody, right? So when you do close playing, all right, it is advisable that you can implement the 1-3-5 according to the book. Okay, you can play in block chord style, or you can play in broken chord styles, which we call arpeggios. Okay, so this is the minimum that you should do. So whenever you teach close playing, it's a whole new different style. You want to get out from the usual 158, 151. You can do the 1-3-5. All right, this is something that you do in level 1. All right, but in this time round in level 2, we do 1-3-5 at the very high octaves, somewhere around here. All right, you split it up. All right, so for a start, for newbies, for level 2 newbies, you can use all of the root positions of the of all the chords. All right, so for C chord we use the root position. For G chord we use the root position. For A minor we use the root position. Right, F chord use the root position. Right. Okay. This is an example. See, in this case, if it's too close, you can simply take out your right hand at that point of time when your left hand is about to hit that fifth note. Yeah, just a one-off thing. Okay. Now this is really useful because you're not going to apply to the whole song. Okay, the whole idea of learning the PBES is to encourage your students to be able to improvise, to use as many different styles. Even within the ballad style, there are just so many different variations that you can do in your left hand. So most students, I repeat, they can do the 1-5-8. It's pretty much very straightforward. 1-5-8, 1-5, 1-3-5. Okay, so this is completely new. 1-3-5 is a very simple thing to do. Okay, right. You realize the 5 actually hit it slightly softer, right? Okay, so remember, play at a higher register of the keyboard. The melody has to be close to your right hand, close to your left hand, and that is the whole point. All right, so obviously you wouldn't want to use the whole entire song and apply close playing. All right, it's just a portion of a song, and that actually helps in the arrangement of the song. All right, so you have maybe just the first verse, you just do a very close playing. So that small little part of the song, it helps so much in helping you to expand your other areas of the song. All right. Okay. So for more advanced students who can do the 135, all right, okay, if they are able to do all of the different chord inversions, all right, say from C chord, if they were to move to G chord, they could do this, right? So obviously we want to share with them the root position for every chord first, so they don't get confused like, wow, G chord, why is it this and not this, all right? So make sure they will be able to do all of the root positions of every chord first. Then you implement the chord inversions for every chord, and you apply what we call voice leading. Now, voice leading means, to move from one chord to the next chord using the closest chord inversion that is smooth and does not require too many changes of notes. So, for example, I have C chord over here, all right? Okay, for say maybe I use C chord, the root position. So to move from A minor, we would like to practice voice leading. Now again, this is meant for the slightly more advanced students that you have in level 2. So from C chord, if I were to move to A minor, for us, we are experienced, we will know how to do this, right? So what is this? This is actually a voice leading pattern, or you could like to call it, we are actually practicing voice leading, right? So why did we just move G to A? Because A minor and C chord shares the same notes as C chord, C and E, alright? So in other words, C chord has C and E, and A minor has C and E as well. Okay, so we want to, not change the C and E. I mean, we want to leave it there, because since the two chords have the same notes, so in this case, we just move the G to A. Alright, that is part of voice leading. Alright, so you can plan a set of chords for the chord progression that you'll be using for the song. Alright, so say the song is a C, G, A minor, F. Alright, so instead of doing this, C, G, A minor, F, you could move around here. C, G, A minor. Well, you could use this, but in this case, I'll use this. Alright, and then F chord will be this. Alright, so we have C, G, A minor, F. Or you could also do C, G, A minor, F. Alright, both is fine, I think. Okay. So once you get hold of the set of chord inversions that you'll be planning to use for the song, the chord progression of the song, alright, you can apply the same close playing technique, alright. So basically, just playing in very close range. See, G chord. Alright, F chord. Okay, so I'm still in close playing. You realize that your left hand, okay, there are a few ways to go about doing the various improvisation examples. The first method I use is simply playing the block chord on the first count. Alright, so on the first count, I hit the whole and complete chord. Then I split them up. Alright, block chord, and then I split them up. Okay, so it's a good idea to get your students to practice your left hand first. A minor, and F chord. So Remember again, I'm repeating that, once again I'm repeating, close playing, we like to play it at the higher register of your keyboard, alright? You can't do it over here, okay? Still subjective, but let's just do it at a higher register of the keyboard, okay? Okay, so moving on, if you can do more than that, if the student can do more than that, you can implement the ninth note or the second note, which is the whole tone note above the root note. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 5. The second note is over here. All right. Okay. So by doing that, you have more choices of notes to play with. In this case, your second note is over here because it's the note above the root note. In this case, you are playing a G chord. Okay, so by doing this, you apply the close playing and also the ninth note, or in this case, the second note, whichever you like to call it. All right. So for a good start, we don't really want to try with the chord inversions. Let's just all stick to the root position. All right. Let's go back to the root position again. G chord, A minor, F chord. Okay. So root position, you will then be able to play the second note. I mean, you can look at it easier, all right? It's because you're playing 1, 3, and 5, all right? So 1, 3, and 5, you just add a 2. 1, 2, 3, 5, all right? So everything is just 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, right? This one way. Okay. Or you can simply do this, maybe. Alright, you can throw in the block chord first. 1, 3, 5. Then you play in the 2, 3, 5. Alright. So it's 1, 3, 5 together, followed by 2, 3, and 5. Alright. Okay. So this is pretty much the end of close playing. The next video I'll be covering the white playing. So let me just summarize again. Now I want you to try all of the fake sheet songs that you can get hold of, and then try the close playing. Maybe just for the first verse, say for example. All right, and then slowly you move on to your so-called the normal playing style. Okay. Whatsoever. All right. This is something that has always been, how do I put it, overlooked, by many students, many instructors. It's something that is, it can be so simple, but it's something that is really out of the box. Okay, so students they want to be able to play out of the box. All right, so this is a great idea, close playing style. Please practice.